you're very aerial and technical, as I've seen
Yes.
with your work in and out of MCW. Of course, you started out in CCW, trained out in
Yes.
CCW dojo with the likes of Drew Gulak, one of the most technically proficient wrestlers on the planet. What was that experience like?
Man, that was overall just such a great experience. I went at the time, we could train 5 days a week. So I was there 5 days a week from 6 p.m. until usually like 10, 11, 12 o'clock some nights. And we did everything. It was a lot of, it was physically hard, it was mentally hard, but I mean, it was, and I was with such a great class. Like the people that I trained with, we all wanted to get better. I think that's why we all ended up, doing so well, because we just really, really wanted it. But yeah, it wasn't easy. And there's a lot of like, looking back, I'm grateful for, but a lot of just like psychological, like, you're second guessing yourself, and you don't you're put into these situations where it's like, man, like, is this it feels like everything's like a trick, like everything feels like it's a rib. But that's part of it. They want you to kind of like think on your feet and figure out things on your own, outside of just the technical aspect of it. A lot of it was mental, which I appreciate looking back. But yeah, I we had a variety of trainers. So Drew was one of them. Um, but we had, one day of the week would be really technical wrestling. One would kind of be more focused on the basics. I had trainers that were really helpful with like showing me how to do high flying, even if they weren't doing the high flying themselves, just basing for everything. So we had a really good variety of trainers and people coming in and out of the school. A lot of really good seminars coming in. Just such a very good, well-rounded environment to be in. And now I'm actually one of the coaches at Catch Point in Baltimore. So I
Okay.
went from one of
Wow.
being, yeah, yeah. So now I kind of work for Drew.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Were there
Yeah.
any other notable names to come out of your class?
Yeah. So I mean, probably one of the most known is Penelope Ford. She came in a few months
Yep.
after me. But it was me, it was Connor Claxton, Frankie Picard was in there, Kurt Robinson. Yuta was also like closer to the Penelope Ford part of the class. Like they started a couple months after us, so there was some really good talent to come through the school at that time.